So as you all know, about 2 weeks ago, I tweaked my lower back while eagle lifting on good mornings. I basically worked up to 4-5 without a belt when I was clearly unable of doing this safely. The result is that I strained something, and whenever I would sit down for long periods of time, my lower back would hurt. If I would walk for too long, I would find myself hunching forward like an old man. At first, I thought it was an injury, but then I understood that no, it was nothing more than a strain. And the thing is this, right? Today, I can safely say that I have zero pain. I completely fixed this problem by using the strategies that I'm going to talk about in this video. So if you have herniated discs, or you have tremendous lower back pain, or you feel that you are going to get injured, I want to give you some really good advice. But before I do so, I would like to inform you that I am not a medical professional. This is only advice that has worked on me, and it is supported by exercise science, but is by no means a diagnosis for curing your issue. So that said, let's dive into how I fixed my lower back 100%. So first of all, a lot of guys, when they injure something, they tend to do zero work whatsoever. They just lie down in their beds, almost bedridden, and they just let themselves be. Now, I don't think this is the right way to do things. I believe that when you have an injury, you need to treat it with corrective exercises. And that's exactly what I did. Essentially, every single workout, before I would even begin my regular workout, I would start off with a kind of like a back traction workout, right? I would go in, I would do lat pull downs, 4 sets of 12 to 15 reps. And at the top, I would really emphasize the stretch. Now, the benefit of the lat pull down is that it actually tractions your spine. You don't think about it, but when that weight is pulling you up, it's elongating your body. So it does traction the spine to a magnificent extent. That's why guys who have herniated discs can typically do lat pull downs. So before every workout, I did lat pull downs. Supersetted, I would throw in some hanging leg raises. Now, hanging leg raises serve 2 purposes. Number 1, they rotate the sacrum, which is going to alleviate pressure in the lower back. Secondly, you're hanging off a bar, which decompresses the spine. So you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You're basically doing the lat pull down, which tractions your body completely, builds your back strength. Then you're doing the hanging leg raises, which rotates the sacrum and decompresses the spine, right? And basically, the stronger I got at hanging leg raises, the more I would advance the variation. So at the beginning, I was doing bent leg. Then I did straight leg, going like halfway up. Then I did straight leg, making my body touch the top. And once I was able to do that, my back felt pretty good, right? Immediately after this superset, I moved on to reverse hyperextensions. 4 sets of 15 repetitions. That's it. And reverse hypers, again, they rotate the sacrum, it decompresses the spine. It's a great exercise for tractioning the lower back. I know a lot of you guys don't have a reverse hyper, but a good substitute would be leaning over a regular hyperextension bench and doing the reverse hypers like that. And that right there is exactly what I did before every single workout. Now, at the end of the workout, guess what? I would do more traction work. I would do more reverse hypers. I would do about 2 to 4 sets of reverse hypers. I would do more lat pull downs, and I would actually do machine rows. Because the thing is this, right? If you don't train your back, you're just going to get weaker. Like, just because your lower back might be tweaked doesn't mean you can't train your upper back. So I still did my machine rows. I still did my lat pull downs. I tried to maintain what I had up here. And interestingly enough, I use perfect flawless form with slow and controlled and squeeze. And then, of course, once all that shit was done, I would hang off a pull-up bar to further decompress the spine. I would hang for like 30 to 60 seconds. Typically, I would use like an underhand grip, or if I did overhand, it would be like no more than shoulder width apart, because I feel that if you go too wide, your shoulders might come into play. And that's pretty much all I did before my workout and after my workout. Now, on the off days, or basically what I did at home, this is where things really get interesting. Every single day, okay, I would do reverse hyperextensions with ankle weights. I would take a band, shove it under the kitchen table, right? And I would do reverse hypers. Basically, you lean over the table and you do reverse hypers. Again, it's the same benefits. You're rotating the sacrum, you're building the spinal rectors, all that shit. So reverse hyper extensions were done 3 times a day for the most part. I would do it in the morning, right upon waking up. I would do it in the middle of the day, and I would do it at nighttime. Whenever I would go to my kitchen, essentially, I would do reverse hypers to traction out that spine. In addition to reverse hypers, I would take a band, stand on it, and do band good mornings. Basically, this is gonna, again, develop the lower back and get you used to doing like that movement pattern associated with heavy pulls. So I would do like 2 sets of 50 with a light band, not more than a light band. And that's what I did for the lower back. In addition to that, I actually used ankle weights, and I would go for daily walks. I would go for daily walks on an incline. So I would go to the local park, find a nice hill that I could walk up, put on some 5-pound ankle weights, and go for a walk. Essentially, every time you take a step forward, you're tractioning the spine, you're tractioning the lower back. And you're pumping fluids in that area. So that's actually one of the best things you could do to cure lower back pain. Actually, just walk more. Sitting down constantly is not a good thing. So I made sure that I would go for a walk every day, at least 20 minutes outside with the heavy ankle weights. They're only 5 pounds per leg. and that really alleviated the pressure. Whenever I would come back from a walk, I felt fantastic. Next up, I actually started sleeping on the floor. Now, I know some of you guys are thinking like, what the fuck, sleeping on the floor? Yes, that's what I did, because soft mattresses actually, they're not really good for your back. And this has been noted by a lot of martial arts enthusiasts. Like, if you just do some research outside the bodybuilding world, lots of guys are sleeping on the floor. So that's what I did. I looked into everything to make sure that this problem would never arise ever again. So I ditched, like, I didn't throw out my mattress, but I laid up some blankets on the floor and I just slept on it for like a fucking week. And every time I would sleep on the floor, I would take a pillow, shove it like underneath my butt, so it would elevate a bit. So again, it would alleviate pressure off the lower back. And essentially, once I got used to that, like every time I would wake up from the floor, I felt good. Like my lower back didn't feel like all cramped up and shit. And that's something you'll notice between when you sleep on a mattress. When you wake up, you're like a little bit stiff. But when you sleep on the floor, you wake up feeling normal. So I feel that was definitely a major contributor. I did that for 2 weeks. Now I'm back on my mattress, but you know what? Maybe I'll do a full transition to the floor. But yeah, I feel that really helped during this time period. And then lastly, I started doing daily stretching. I'm going to show all the stretches I did on the screen. The most important one is where I'm kind of moving my hands down on the floor, and then I kind of arch my lower back and I start twisting. That by far alleviated the most pressure, as well as the hip stretch, kind of like a lunge, right? Those two stretches were phenomenal. And basically I stretched 3 times a day upon waking up in the morning, middle of the day, and nighttime, okay? And that's pretty much all the shit that I did at home. All the stuff is pretty much taking care of your hips, your spine. It's all traction. It's all benefits for the most part. And then lastly, in the gym itself, I believe that you need to do the heavy compound movements to strengthen up your weak links, right? Now, the way that I actually cured myself was, guess what? By doing rack pulls above the knee. Hell yeah. Like I'm always saying, guys, rack pulls above the knee are so fucking safe that you can even do them with a back injury for the most part. You can do it with a back strain. You can do it with herniated discs. That's how fucking safe they are. So it boggles my mind when guys say that it's a dangerous lift. It is so safe that I can't even believe how safe it is. I had a tweaked lower back and I was still able to do rack pulls above the knee with over 600 pounds. So that's what I did. I didn't go like stupid heavy there. I would go between like 600 and 700, but I would do static holds at the top. I would really brace my core, hold away at the top for like 5 seconds, and do shit like 5x5. So I did rack pulls above the knee and a lot of trap bar work, like trap bar block pulls. I didn't pull off the floor, but I did trap bar block pulls. And essentially that's all I was getting used to bracing again. I was getting used to holding heavy weights, getting used to overloading the body, right? And the more I did these 2 lifts, the better my lower back started feeling. And then eventually I transitioned into doing conventional deadlifts off the floor, beltless. I worked up to some respectable weight, did not experience any lower back pain, and I worked up to trap bar deadlifts. In fact, last night I was doing trap bar deadlifts with 600 pounds, and it felt fucking great. It felt phenomenal. And that's when I knew that my lower back was 100% cured. So the secret to fixing the lower back is really, it's about actively working it and trying to do things that don't aggravate it. It's about strengthening your weaknesses. It's about doing all the traction work, And of course, when you get back in the gym, don't be doing like stupid heavy pulls off the floor. Instead, do like a progressive range of motion type of deal, man. Do high rack pulls, then start doing like trap bar lifts, because trap bar, again, it's going to be better for your lower back. And that's basically what I did, man. Because of this experience though, I have to say that I never want to get this ever again. I'm never going to tweak my back ever again. I'm going to take extra precaution. In fact, everything that I talked about in this video, I'll be doing that on the daily. I'm not going to stop doing it. That's how fucking good this advice is. So before every workout, I'm going to keep doing the lat pull downs, reverse hypers, all that shit. I'm going to keep doing the daily stretching. I will never tweak my back ever again. So that's it. This is everything that I did. I named it to the fucking letter. I didn't leave anything out of this video. I told you exactly how I fixed my lower back. So fuck everybody who said that I was injured. Fuck everybody who likes to create rumors. Your boy is back, and he did it in only 2 weeks. He did it in 2 fucking weeks, without surgery, without drugs, only corrective exercises. So try out this advice. I really hope it helps you out. I doubt you're going to find this information anywhere else on the internet. So let me know how it goes for you. And with that, I will talk to you all next time.